On today's show, we answer the burning question, can man master the flame and bring it indoors? Or, if we try, will we be gazing into a blazing failure? Join us as two contestants compete to capture flame in a steel box and hold complete control over our most primitive need, fire. Stay with us as we find out who will be the best fire starter and whose prize-winning dreams will go up in smoke on this week's red-hot episode of Tough Grit. Come on, boys. It's up to you to get this fire started.
Hey there, Shannon. What are you up to today?
Oh, hey, Caleb. Well, I'm starting a fire using the age-old trick of rubbing two sticks together. It's a little trick I picked up in the Scouts.
You were in the Boy Scouts?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, I sold the most cookies.
Ah, that's the Girl Scouts.
Really? No wonder I felt silly in the uniform. Anyway, stand back and watch the flames erupt.
You had a fire yet?
Fire? Who needs a fire? It's hot out here. I'm sweating. Is that normal?
Just relax. If you stick around for long enough today, you'll learn how to get that fire started without any problem at all.
Great, because I am ready.
I should have seen that one coming.
Perhaps you've always wanted your home to have the warmth and atmosphere of a real wood fire.
Or maybe you're sick and tired of skyrocketing gas or electric heating bills. Or maybe you got the perfect firewood supply, but your fireplace just isn't efficient at heating your home. At some point, when it comes to heating our houses in the winter, we've all found ourselves in a big pile of tough grit.
That's where we come in. I'm Shannon Riley.
And I'm Caleb Regan. We're talking the ins and outs of installing a wood stove today, and we'll give you the right tips and techniques to help you get the project done right the first time.
And we're gonna spark a little competition between rural neighbors just for fun. Let's meet today's contestants.
With us today from Osage City, Kansas is Willard Trout. Willard is married with 2 children. He works for the Department of Transportation and enjoys camping and fishing.
Willard can't wait to start today's challenges. He said the stakes are high, but when it comes to fire, I like my stakes on medium.
Our second contestant is Stu Berrigan from Wildwood, Missouri. Stu lives on a small farm with his wife and daughter. He also likes to fish, and he runs his own forge and does ornamental ironwork.
Stu loves a good wood-burning stove. He even cooks eggs and bacon on one at home. It's tricky, but he told me if at first you don't succeed, fry again.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Tough Grit.
Today, we have a hot project for you. Your Tough Grit challenge is installing a wood-burning stove. The first challenge today is the sometimes scary first step of putting a hole in your house for a through-wall installation of a wood stove.
We'll be going through a traditional stud wall with a reciprocating saw to insert a thimble, the piece that connects the stove to the chimney pipe outside. The second challenge will be to position the stove, line up and connect all the pipes in the chimney, and then set and light a fire, getting a good draw up and out of the chimney.
Don't worry if this project seems like it's too hot to handle. We have experts here to lend a helping hand. They'll coach and assist you in completing your challenge.
As always, our Team Grit expert is none other than the mechanically minded editor-in-chief of Grit Magazine, Hank Will.
Hank insists that everyone install a smoke detector in their kitchens. In fact, in his house, that's how they know when dinner is ready.
And here from Tractor Supply Company is Dan Harder. Dan is a store manager from Vineland, New Jersey, and he's ready to advise and assist.
Dan's really good at installing wood-burning stoves. He even has one he controls by computer. Now that's what I call logging on.
Our experts are here to help make your project easier today. We'll also help you stick to our 3 criteria of efficiency, accuracy, and safety. Whichever one of you does the best with our challenges will walk away with up to a $1,000 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
All right, boys. Get ready to smoke them if you got them in your new wood-burning stove.
We'll be installing 2 small United States wood stoves and using DuraPlus pipe kits. We'll also be using a variety of tools, including a reciprocating saw kit from DeWalt.
So we'll be using DeWalt to cut through DeWalt without delay. Now, hopefully our experts have lit a fire in your desire of winning the first challenge of a through-the-wall installation of a stovepipe.
Installing a chimney in your home could be a daunting project. You don't have to be scared about putting a hole in your house. What you want to do is, with any large project, you want to be prepared. You want to walk the area. Make sure you're purchasing the right stove for that application to heat your house under the fire code for that area.
So how would I know where to put a stove in the chimney?
That's a really good question, Willard. You know, and the two parts of the question kind of need to work together. You'd want to ideally locate the stove sort of centrally in the area that you want to heat, but you have to take into consideration how you're going to get the flue gases out of the house. When you're installing a stovepipe through the wall to a chimney, you want to be sure that you're avoiding any wires or plumbing that are in the wall. But most stove kits, you know, come with a nice thimble that you can actually mount to the studs once you've found the space, and you can get the hot gas outside safely without causing any structural damage.
This is the thimble that we're going to be installing today. This is your exterior part. It's going to go on outside of the building. This is the interior. It's going to be mounted right in here. We've already pre-installed some pieces of wood on both sides of the 2x4 on the joist, and this faceplate right here we're going to use to center everything.
So what tool will I use to get through all the layers of an exterior wall?
You're going to be using this reciprocating saw.
The reciprocating saw is a really versatile tool. You can use it with a couple of different kinds of blades. You can use it with a wood cutting blade, which this particular unit is got installed on it. That's really good for going through softer materials like wood and drywall. But you can also fit it with a bimetal blade, which has smaller teeth, and this will pretty much go through anything, you know, metal, wood, concrete board, you name it. For today's challenge, we're just going to need a wood blade because we'll just be cutting through wood and drywall.
If you're doing a through-the-wall installation like we're going to be doing today in this challenge, you want to pick an area of the wall that's large enough to fit your chimney's thimble. The instructions that come with your kit are going to give you detailed directions on how to locate the hole for your thimble and to locate the space from your stove to your wall.
And now on to the first challenge, cutting a hole and installing the thimble. Our contestants will cut through a mock-up of a traditional stud wall containing sheetrock, insulation, and siding.
They must make their cuts accurately in order to allow for installation of the thimble. Whichever contestant installs their thimble correctly first will win. Work safely and use all the safety gear. Good luck, gentlemen.
Ready, set, go!
Okay, so set in the middle, hold the button, and then slide.
These are traditional 16-inch center stud walls. We've pre-installed cross braces, and contestants are using stud finders to find all four sides of that square. Then they'll make an X to find the center of the thimble circle before they make their cuts for the through-wall chimney installation.
I wonder if one of these guys can come over and hang some pictures for my wife.
Looks like Stu has his square figured out.
That must be the top stud.
There you go.
Team Tractor Supply is really leveling with this project.
Now he makes an X and locates the center, and he'll get to start drilling.
Right in there, yeah.
Stay tuned to Tough Grit to find out who will do the best stovepipe installation and who's just blowing smoke. Right after this.
Even with today's high-efficiency wood-burning appliances, creosote buildup in the chimney is still an issue. In fact, it may be even more of a problem because so much heat is extracted from the fuel's combustion that creosote deposits can form on the chimney liner. And that's not good because creosote buildup can lead to potentially life-threatening chimney fires down the road. Here are some hints to help minimize the risk. First, have your chimney inspected at least once per year and cleaned if necessary. Second, allow sufficient inlet air into your stove to let the combustion temperature reach about 1100 degrees at least a couple of times a day so that creosote-forming gases are burned off. Third, give the stove a 10 to 15 minute hot burn each day to consume any thin coating of creosote that may have formed yesterday. Don't do this if you are unsure just how much creosote buildup is in your chimney. Fourth, when starting your daily fire, open the air inlet at least halfway to get the combustion chamber up to temperature. Turn it back once the stove is well warmed. Fifth, avoid overfeeding the stove. Loading smaller logs or splits more often will help keep the combustion temperature up. Sixth, when burning wet wood, open the stove's air supply to help fuel a drying fire and then turn it back. Wet wood doesn't make creosote, but it does produce less heat, which can lead to creosote formation. Heating with wood is a joy. Take a little time to understand how creosote forms, and your joy will also be completely safe.
Welcome back to Tough Grit. We're in the middle of our first challenge, placing a thimble inside a wall, which is the first step in wood stove installation.
Let's find out who's fired up to win this first challenge with the most accurate opening, and which one of our contestants will want us to forget the whole story.
There it is, dead simple.
Stu has drill in hand. He'll drill a pilot hole to get the reciprocating saw started, cutting out his circle for the thimble.
There's the insulation, okay.
Kind of hard to see with the color of the wall.
Willard is still working on marking out his cuts.
The wall on the outside now.
Safety when using a reciprocating saw obviously requires hearing and eye protection. What else do we need to watch for, Caleb?
Make sure there are no hazardous objects on the other side of what you're cutting, like electrical cables or gas lines. Always hold the saw firmly with both hands when making cuts, and make sure that the rocker shoe at the base of the blade is firmly against the work whenever possible. Holding the rocker shoe securely against the work will give you stability and allow you to more accurately feel what you are doing. Don't force it. If the blade gets bound, it can cause the saw to kick back.
6.5.
This is, of course, a very small section of wall. I guess you'd call it a wall-let. Now that's a perfect fit.
Good.
Okay.
Thimble's in. Good job, Stu. All right, that's it. Come on in
Great
here,
job,
guys.
gentlemen. Come on in here. Well, Caleb, that's the whole of challenge number 1. What's the verdict?
2 pretty clean installations on both parts. Team Grit, Team Tractor Supply, you guys both did a good job staying away from those stud boards. Stu, you just did it in a little quicker time. You just won a $500 gift card to Tractor Supply Company.
Congratulations, Stu. What gave you the edge to victory?
Well, my partner here kept me calm and focused, so I didn't freak out too bad. So
Excellent. And Willard, what are we going to do to come back to win next time?
We'll work a little harder and faster.
Excellent.
Good answer. We've completed challenge 1 in our wood stove project. Now it's time to learn about ceiling installation of a chimney and stovepipe.
So don't go away from Tough Grit. When we come back, our contestants will be challenged to set a stove, connect it to a chimney, and set a fire. It's going to be a hot one.
Welcome back. We're ready to demo a through roof installation of a chimney pipe for a wood stove. Now, fire code requires that your chimney be at least 3 feet higher than the roof and 2 feet higher than any point on your roof within 10 feet. Placing your wood stove near the center of your home will help meet this requirement, and it'll help heat your home more efficiently. Our ceiling and roof mock-up approximates this.
I just hope they install a big chimney. I want a lot of presents next Christmas.
Willard, with the ceiling chimney installation, one of the first steps you want to take is to actually locate where the stove will be placed, or at least your ideal location. From there, you can kind of figure out where the chimney needs to go.
All right, Stu, once you have the location for your stove, what you want to do is you want to mark 4 areas on your ceiling using a plumb bob so you can cut that hole out to receive your chimney going into your stove. Then you want to repeat the process up in your attic. Once you have that all lined up, you'll have a continuous shaft running from your roof all the way down to your stove.
What you want to do is look up in the ceiling, and you want to build a box that will fit what's called the chimney support box. Okay, the chimney support box you would actually locate between the ceiling rafters, use 8-penny nails to hold it securely in place. You want it to stick down below the ceiling about 2 inches. And basically the job of this piece is to bear the weight of the triple wall chimney that we'll be installing later.
And then you take the shield, put the shield directly over it, nail that in place. This will allow some air to go down here and keep the pipe nice and cool and keep it away from all your flammable material over here. Also, you have a shield that goes around here which allows more air, and in case anything gets blown around here, it'll block it from going down and hitting that hot pipe. All right, now Stu, what we've done here is this is the Dora Plus triple wall. And notice we put the flashing up there. You could just feed this down through the hole, and it's got a twist lock mechanism on it. Very easy. Just put one on top of the other, and you just twist it, locks into position. This is almost going to be cool to the touch, even when this fire is going pretty good.
Willard, when you're running a chimney pipe up through the roof, you want to be sure to install a flashing first. Basically insert the leading edge of the flashing under a set of shingles, fasten it down tightly, and eventually you'd want to seal any places where you had nail holes and whatnot. And then you just run the chimney pipe right up through. Get it set nice. Go ahead and seal the pipe to the flashing. Next we're going to put on the storm collar and give it a nice tight fit up against the flashing.
You want to take your caulking gun and you want to hit all the areas again that you hit before. So you have nails that are exposed up there, your flashing around there, and your seams. Make sure you get a good caulking job up there, and your roof and your chimney will thank you.
Then we're going to top it all off with a spark arresting chimney cap.
We are stoked for the second challenge. For this challenge, you're actually going to be setting the wood stove using the through-wall installation from challenge number 1 and lighting a fire.
We've already set the chimney systems in place on the back sides of the thimbles these guys worked on earlier, using techniques similar to what Dan and Hank just talked about. Now our contestants have to set the stoves in place, connect them to the thimble, and start a fire. You'll be judged on who can create a sustainable draw first.
The first one to get 30 seconds of continuous smoke wins the competition. And remember, your experts are there to give you advice and to assist you in moving the stove and connecting the pipes, but all other work has to be done by the contestants. Good luck, guys. Ready, set, go! Now, when I look at these stovepipes, I can't believe Abraham Lincoln wore a hat made out of that.
It's important when connecting the stove that it's plumb and level so that there's a solid hookup between the stove, thimble, and pipes.
Well, Tractor Supply has really piped up for this competition.
Stu's got all of his hardware in place.
2 different assembly strategies being used. We have the hookup for the perfect wood stove for your home and the finish to our Tough Grit Wood Stove Challenge right after this.
As energy prices continue to rise, heating with wood becomes a popular option. Even if you already have a fireplace, consider wood stoves for their superior efficiency. Most fireplaces only convert about 10 to 20% of the wood they burn into heat for your home. Wood stoves, on the other hand, have an efficiency between 50 and 77%. This means you have to burn 3 to 5 times as much wood to heat your home with a fireplace. Whether you buy your firewood or harvest trees from your own lot, a wood stove is going to save you time and money. Before buying a wood stove, consider how much area you have to heat. Many wood stoves are rated by their manufacturers to heat a certain area. The size of stove you need might vary if you're heating a drafty house or a well-insulated one. You might get by with a smaller one if you live in a milder climate. If your stove is too large, you'll burn too much wood, more wood than you really need, and likely you'll get too warm. On the other hand, overloading a small stove to heat a large area can damage the stove and potentially cause a house fire. If you're not sure what size stove you'll need, talk to a professional. They'll advise you on the perfect size to heat your home comfortably, sustainably, and inexpensively for years to come.
Welcome back, everyone. We're in the home stretch for our wood stove installation challenge, and I do hope they hurry. I'm really getting hungry for some s'mores.
Contestants have set their wood stoves in place, and now they're busy connecting it all together. Then they'll lay out kindling and wood for a fire, and the first one to get smoke out of their chimney wins. Let's see how they're doing. At this point, it's a race to get the screws in first. Both contestants finishing their fitting at the exact same time. Now it's on to starting a fire.
And remember, contestants, like Smokey Bear, only you can start this fire.
Nice. Enough kindling in there. Just keep the wood kindling in there. Willard's got a fire going. Now he's got to add some wood and create 30 seconds of smoke out the top.
Some of those strings off.
Smoke's coming out of Willard's chimney. Smoke's coming out of both chimneys. Willard maybe shouldn't have opened that stove door. The smoke has stopped and we need to reset his clock. Nice draw. Stu wins.
All right, fired up, buddy. Good job.
Great job, gentlemen. Wonderful competition. Come on up here. Well, Caleb, where there's smoke, there's fire. Who was our winner?
Oh, we got a draw, smoke coming out both chimneys. Good job on both ends. Willard, you guys finished installing the hardware about the same time. You actually had smoke first. I think you might have sustained it for 30 seconds if you'd have kept that door closed. That was a good job anyways. Stu, you just won yourself a $1,000 gift card at Tractor Supply Company. Congratulations.
Congratulations there. What are you going to get with your $1,000 gift card?
I need a new compressor.
Sounds great. And Willard, you didn't win, but did you have a good time anyway?
Yep.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. And if you're at home thinking you'd like to prove your hot stuff on the Rule America Challenge, we want you to pipe up and become a contestant on Tough Grit. Here's how.
To sign up, go to toughgrit.com and click on the I Can Do That button, or look for the advertisement in Grit Magazine. Don't wait, sign up today. Now you know almost everything you need to know about installing a wood stove. And if you'd like to learn more, visit toughgrit.com. I'm glad you could join us today, and I look forward to when we meet again.
If you're about done here now, Caleb, I think I'll step over to that stove and roast my marshmallows.
Mind if I join you?
How did you know to bring all of that stuff?
Oh, Shannon, sure you know the Boy Scout motto.
Be prepared. I'm Shannon Riley.
And I'm Caleb Regan.
And when you see us coming, you know you're in Tough Grit. On next week's episode, we pit men of steel against each other in an epic battle right here in the parking lot of Tractor Supply Company. Our contestants will wield torches of flame, two heroes with the amazing power to manipulate steel and even control electricity. Who will be victorious? What will be the outcome of their challenges? Will our hero come to save the show? Can my voice get any higher? Find out as we weld together next week's episode of Tough Grit.